2 in the morning, rest is getting harder.
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you something slightly different. Okay, I'll be honest, I couldn't decide. Do we continue or do we start afresh? The comment section on the last video regarding career mode news was pretty much split 50-50. Some people saying yes, continue. Some people saying no, start afresh. So what I'm going to do, instead of making 2 videos, instead of harping on, I'm going to make 1 video. So I apologise in advance. It's a long video. It's about 26 minutes long. Go and grab yourself some Jaffa cakes. Go and grab yourself a cup of tea. Sit down and absorb. I'm going to tell you what happened if we continued. If we continue, I'm going to tell you the story from the start, show you some pictures, have a look around the actual team squad now, and then we're going to go into a live sort of episode for what we have to work with if we start afresh. So, for the continuation, as you can see quite clearly, season number 1 was a fantastic season. By the way, it's all done on Legendary. Season 1 was fantastic. We won the J-Paint Trophy. And absolutely, I can't explain the feeling. It was absolutely brilliant. I bounced up and down as if I was drunk on Jaffa cake juice. It was sensational. It was a hard-fought game against AFC Wimbledon, but we did come out 2-0 winners, which was absolutely fantastic. And it gave us a real boost to go into the final part of the season and push for an automatic playoff place. At times, it didn't look like it was going to come off. Then it didn't come off. And we managed just to scrape into the playoffs. We had to take on Swindon in 2 monumental battles, absolute battles. The first game was a 0-0. The second game was a 90th minute winner. Thank you, EA, for those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful aids. We then played Sheffield United in the final, and we ran out with a 1-0 victory, courtesy of George Moncur after 73 minutes, which was fantastic. That put us into the championship. The first season of the championship was absolutely abysmal. It was horrible. We finished 14th, but we done what we were supposed to do. Finish mid-table-ish. I don't know how 14th is mid-table, but because it's such a large division, it is actually mid-table is actually 14th, which is fine. We fell in the parameters we needed. We've done a lot since we've started. We've got the Faith in Youth side, which is all our youngsters and youth squad players. And we've got our main side, which is all our amazing players. So I'm going to run through the team in the background. But what happened is, instead of doing like a financial takeover, what I did was I bought in a young player. I scouted a superstar. I signed him as soon as I could. He grew, and I sold him at Christmas, which was fantastic. And I got lots of money, which allowed me to invest at Christmas. And then, of course, I invested in scouts. We've done the same in Season 2. Season 2 was literally predominantly, I mean, this is one of our youngsters. This lad came to me when he was 16. He's already gone up +4. When he came to us, he was 71 rated goalkeeper. He's Argentinian. He's absolutely amazing. Honestly, he's amazing. Absolutely astoundingly amazing. In Season 2, we developed some of our young players. We sold a few of our young players and got more money, which allowed us to invest at Christmas and allowed us to invest in season number 3. Hence why we've got such an amazing squad at this moment in time. It really is quite a huge squad, but it's a really, really strong squad in my opinion. I'm not sure if it's strong enough to do what we have to do, but we will have to see. Liam Cooper was a desperation buy. I had 3 centre-backs out at Christmas with long-term injuries, and I had to do something, and I ended up buying Liam Cooper. But while I was buying him, negotiating with Leeds, Nice came in and they offered him a pre-contract. Well, I signed him, but Nice will take him at the end of his contract. I'll show you what I mean when we have a quick look at the contracts. Helder Andros is another youth player. Now, I signed him really, really early, hence his low overall, which is really disappointing. But his aggression, his attacking position, his interceptions, his vision, and his reactions, and his free kick accuracy was just enough. It literally was just enough to sign him. And I'll tell you what, he can play CDM or centre-back. He has been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Frankie Kent has not gone up throughout all the seasons I've used him. He's such a frustrating player. He's played a good proportion of the games, to be fair, but he just has not gone up. Curtis Nilsson, I bought him from Plymouth Argyle. They were in League 2. I picked him up for an absolute snap of £350,000. I thought at the time it was a huge investment, but my God, he's now worth 1.3 million. He can play right back. He can play centre back. He does have a sort of a proneness to get sent off, unfortunately. The big man, Tom Eastman at the back. Unfortunately, the same problem with him. He just won't seem to grow for me. It doesn't matter how many times I play him. You know, he does play a fair few games. I'm not just using the new players. I do rotate the Cole U players I've kept at the club, and I just don't understand why he hasn't grown. Now, Lek, as I like to call him, or Cardosa, Luciano Emmanuel Cardosa, Lek is just absolutely sensational. I picked him up in Season 1, free transfer. He's worth bugger all. I think he was 27 or 26, something like that. Worth bugger all. Cost me a few quid on wages. Not too bad, to be fair, but he's been sensational. He was so good in that first season. He was the main reason why we actually won the J Paint and got through in the playoff finals. Now, this young lad, Nathan Long, is another player we bought through our youth scout system. He is phenomenal. Simple. He is just phenomenal. Alex Gilby. Alex Gilby. He's absolutely sensational. He's been one of the mainstays, I have to say, in the side. Gilby and Moncur have been ferocious throughout the 3 seasons thus far. They've played so many games. Lewis Cook, I managed to pick him up. And again, I picked him up quite cheaply. I'm sure I'd done him with a player swap. Picked him up cheaply, which I was absolutely so chuffed with. Massey, what a godsend. He's been brilliant. But this lad here, I like to call him Ronaldo, because he's just ridiculous. He only has the 3-star skill moves, which annoy me. But he has 94 dribbling. I mean, I signed him just because of his dribbling. I just wanted someone who was agile and he could dribble. He does the job. But Aldair is really a sensational player and one to really look out for. At the beginning of Season 3, I picked up Lansbury. I'd done a straight player swap for a youth player who was worth 1.1 million and for Lansbury who was worth 1.8 million. And I'd done a straight swap. No cash involved, which was fantastic. And I ended up paying out a little bit more on the old wages. But it's one of those things. Moncur has been a sensation for me. He's really been a leader. He won the championship, or the playoff game, to get us into the championship, and I've stuck with him ever since. He's a mainstay for me. Gilby and Moncur have been sensational. All the Cole U players who are left in the team get to play a lot of games. Dele Alli, a fantastic player. Picked him up, obviously, because it's not an updated game save. I picked him up from MK Dons. So I got him cheap as chips, which is absolutely sensational. And he's growing and he's done me so many favours. Adam Richardson is probably one of the players I'm looking to get rid of. The same with Jeremy. As you see, I've got a lot of youth players. And this is how I've been generating my money. Basically, signing the youth players at the end of Season 1. Signing the youth players at the end of Season 2. And then just farming them out as soon as I can for money. We've managed to make ridiculous money on some players. So we made 10.5 million on Dano. We made 12 million on another player. We picked up lots and lots of money just generally through rinsing our youth system. Aldair, or LA as I like to call him, because obviously we got RA with the other Aldair. He's not a bad little player, to be fair. He's a little bit of a pain in the arse. He always wants to play, but he's not good enough to play. But it's one of those things. Now, if you were wondering, which you probably were, who the player in the picture was in the background, of course, it was Gabs. I signed him at Christmas. I had the money. I had to get someone in up top to take me through the final stages of what you will see. And it had to be Gabs. It was the only player. I did pay a little bit over the odds. He wasn't worth, I mean, he was worth 1.1 million when I picked him up. He's now valued at 1.3. I paid 2 million. They wouldn't take player swaps. They wouldn't take anything. So I had to pick him up, and I did. And he's a revelation. He's been involved or scored in 8 games. He's created or scored on 8 occasions. You know, he's created 4, he scored 4, which is absolutely fantastic. The same with Cole. I don't think his name should be Deviant Cole or whatever his first name is. It should be the Devil. It should be Devil Cole, because he has just been sensational. He really has. And another player who I bought in just before, no, I bought him at the beginning of the season, was Jordan Rhodes. Now, Jordan Rhodes was an interesting purchase. I only had to pay out 500k because I had a young striker who was rated 71, and Blackburn were happy to take him plus 500k, which is peanuts. Peanuts. And I was so chuffed to bring him in. Another youngster that we have, he wants to play more games. It's hard to get him into the games, to be honest. I'll be absolutely honest. Lopez, I literally just signed because a lot of the youth players, unfortunately, gave me ultimatums. It was, they want to piss off, essentially. They want to cancel their contract and leave. So I just signed them automatically because I've done something that I don't normally do. I showed a little bit of patience, waiting for the players to develop, trying to sign them at the end of the season where I know they're going to have their massive growth spurt, as if you've recommended to me in the West Ham career mode. But because I'm impatient, I look at a player's name and I think to myself, that player's meant to play for me. and I've held off. But it's worked into my advantage this time around. Some of the players I've picked up and been able to farm out has been ridiculous, and I've made so much money. I'll show you our current youth squad at this moment in time. Alex Navas, he looks sensational. He really does. We've got a few Germans in there. I've sent the boys off to Germany to pick up a few scouts, to pick up a few players. I looked for some physically strong players. I want some players who can hopefully, you know, I can bring through the system, have them in centre-back, so I don't have to spend out massive amounts of money all the time, because we don't get a huge budget to work with year in, year out. It's really difficult, and having these youngsters means they're cheap as chips on the wages. You know, they're future first-teamers, spasmodic, then they go into important, and then eventually they go to crucial. By that time, you're talking like 8 seasons down the line, 7 seasons, 6 seasons down the line, which is fantastic. It works well for me because I don't have to pay out too much dish dash dosh. Now look at that young German up top. That 94 of those rankings is just ridiculous. So season 3, we finished in 2nd position, which is not bad considering season number 1 in the championship. We finished where Bournemouth were, in 14th, with slightly better statistics, around about the same, to be honest, which is really disappointing. It was such a hard season. But we managed to do it. But every time we really pushed Hull just somehow found more points. They just matched us. Every win we got, they got. It's that simple. So, if you want me to continue with this career mode, all you have to do is like the video. If you don't want me to continue with this video, this continuation of the career mode, then dislike the video. But before you dislike it, have a look at what's coming next, and it will show you what we have to work with, and you'll hear me rambling a little bit further. But hopefully you've enjoyed the video so far, and remember, like to continue, dislike to start afresh. So hopefully everything has panned out in my head correctly, and this is now the live part of the episode. If I haven't done it that way, I'm going to feel a bit of a mug, but not to worry. So, this is if we start a fresh career mode with Colchester United. We'll have a look through the squad, we'll have a look at what sort of contracts we have to renew, we'll have a look at what we've got transfer-wise. So, let's start off, obviously, transfer-wise. What have we got money-wise? So, we've got 960, 4 grand a week. Not too bad, doesn't give us a lot of room to manoeuvre with. We'll go to the office, we'll have a quick look at the... no, let's have a quick look at the squads. Have a quick look at the squad, see what we've got squad-wise. So, we're going with a 4-1-4-1 essentially. Obviously, nice looking side to be fair. We don't have the greatest amount of depth. There you go, looking at the bench. Healy, Bonney, Schmodic, Slapsy, Semby, Ferris, Winter, Lewington, Sanchez, Watt. Down in the reserves, hasn't played much lately. Magnus, he's solid as a rock. We've got Gordon, Dre Wright, Tossino, Femi, Jack Marriott, oh God, get him out. Kent, Clahesi, Lawrence, and Vincent Young. So not too bad. Formation, not too bad. I can work with that. It's nice that it's the updated one, so we get Jacob Murphy, obviously the lad from Norwich City we had on loan, full of pace. Have they got him with pace? Have they got him with pace? Acceleration 85, agility 80, that's good, that's good. Sprint speed 85, that's fine. Yeah, he was weak, that's not a problem. Finishing 60, not too bad to be fair. He scored some nice goals, but he's only got the 3-star skill moves. Wish they'd given him the 4-star. He can play left midfield, right midfield, which is perfect. So I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. Gilby, Moncur, Foxy, Massey, Porter up top. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that side. I can work with that formation, to be honest. I've never actually played with that formation. I normally go to a 4-4-2 because we just want to have 2 up top. That's the way it works in League One. Teams who have 2 up top predominantly do well. So we're going to have a look at the contracts, see how the contract situation is. Okay, there's a few players on 1-year contracts. Brindley, well, that's actually true. Brindley is actually now signed with us, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. Briggs, though. Matthew Briggs is a loanee from Millwall, so why we have him on a 1-year contract, I don't know. That's wrong. Healy, 1-year contract. He shouldn't be on a 1-year contract. He was on a loan spell from Cardiff. Jack Marriott, he signed for Luton. He was on a loan deal from Ipswich. So why we've actually got those players as actual players, I do not know. I mean, that's just really... That's really poor by EA. They don't know their facts. They don't really care about the lower leagues. And I find that quite disrespectful that they can't actually get it right in-game considering they do the updates. Whoever done the update, honestly, I would like to meet you because I would find a brick and I would impale it into your head. I mean, that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Jacob Murphy was a loanee from Norwich. We haven't signed Jacob Murphy. I would love to sign Murphy, but we've got him on a 3-year deal. Okay. I rest my case. Really, this is absolutely disgraceful. Oh my days. Okay, so we've got some players we shouldn't technically have, which is fine, I suppose. I can work with that. We can sell Merritt because he's just a waste of space. Why we had him on loan, I do not know, because he essentially came in from loan and his scoring record in like virtual non-league football was absolutely awful. So why we thought he would actually do anything in League One, I do not know. He's absolutely ridiculous. Healy, I actually really like Healy. I'd love to sign as Healy in real life, but I think he can play it. I think he can play Championship football quite comfortably. He's a really dogged little player. He never gives anything up. I'll tell you what he reminds me of, and it's Carlos Tevez, but not in the same aspects as Carlos Tevez in any way, shape or form. Just purely from he never gives up a ball. He will chase, he will harry until he drops. I was going to say drop dead, but that sounds really bad. Until he drops to the floor out of pure exhaustion. He just chases and chases and chases. And there's not much of him. And he will stick his elbow and his shoulder into defenders. And I love that about players. That's the sort of thing I love to see. But unfortunately, we haven't got him as an actual player. So I find that a little bit weird and bizarre how we've got players who we shouldn't have in our squad, which is one of those things. Anyway, it is what it is at the end of the day. Let's have a quick look at our objectives. This should be interesting, should make me laugh. Domestic Cup objective, obviously, could reach around a 32. We can do that. That's not a problem. We'll get rid of that. Transfer market is open. Well done. We are looking for a striker. I'm actually looking for a centre-back, and I have one in mind, and it's one that I'd like to recommend to you guys if you use lower league teams in League 1, League 2, perhaps Championship in Season 2. So you might need to sign them in Season 1 if you're a Championship side. Use them a little bit, but by Season 2 becomes really, really good. We're looking for a striker. No, I'm not looking for a striker. Well, actually, I am. Hold on, let me think. We've got Bonnie, we've got Healy, we've got Porter. So yeah, we are looking for a striker. No, because I'll use Sanchez Watt up top. I'll just cheat and use Sanchez Watt because it's Sanchez Watt. You what? You what? You what? You what? And league position, they want us to gain automatic promotion. Well, as you know from my actual continuation career mode, we done that in Season 1, but we had to do it by the playoffs, which is that was really nerve-wracking. And the one thing I'm worried about is doing these careers, especially doing them live, is when I actually play a career mode, I can go to my iPod, go to my PC, select a playlist and put on music that makes me play better. Like when I play Ultimate Team, I normally find if I'm playing a playlist that I really enjoy, I'll go on a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 game run, and then if I don't, I'll end up losing 3 or 4 games because my concentration levels are absolutely god awful. Like sometimes I have football on in the background, I'll end up watching that, conceding stupid goals, especially when I'm trying to record career mode. So doing it live forces me to concentrate, but unfortunately not concentrating the way I want us to concentrate. But it's one of those things. It is what it is. So gain automatic promotion, which is fine. Transfer-wise, we're going to have to sort out a few contracts. There's a few players I want to get rid of. We've got Jacob Murphy. We'll keep him. That could be like our dirty little secret, if you know what I mean. This is between me and you, obviously. There's probably a lot of people out there who don't realise that some of these players aren't actually at Col U. But perhaps we'll keep Healy, and perhaps we'll keep Jacob. And there'll be our dirty little secrets, because Brindley has actually signed for us, so we can definitely keep him. Briggsy, I think we should... oh, we haven't got a left back. We'll keep him for a year if we do a fresh career mode. We'll keep him for a year, and then we'll get rid of him, sell him, make some money off him, but we will renew his contract, obviously. What else will we do? Marriott, he can go. He can get the jog on. Obviously, Magnus, unfortunately, I'm going to have to let you go, son. You know, as much as you've been a good servant to the club, as much as you've done as proud, as much as you are solid as a rock, he plays in front of Walker. He's got a massive... Yes, he has. We'll stick him on the transfer list, get rid of him, get some dish-dash-dosh in, and that will help us out wages-wise and transfer budget-wise. But one player I want to quickly show you before I conclude this, and obviously you make your decision. Remember, like the video if you want the continuation, dislike the video if you want the fresh start career mode. And we will be doing it on Legendary. Why did I have to say that? We will do it on Legendary. Oh, I'm not looking forward to doing it on Legendary, but it's one of those things. Anyway, I want to show you a quick player. I call him LEC, Lec. That's not his name. His name is Lucio Emmanuel Cardosa. I think it's Cardosa. I should know because I've had a good relationship for him. He was key. He was a key element for me gaining not automatic promotion, winning in the playoffs. I made him captain because in the semi-final he was solid as a rock. He saved me so many times it was absolutely ridiculous. And obviously in the final he played absolutely out of this world. Really did form an absolutely astounding partnership with Frankie Kent at the back. Anyway, that's me jibber-jabbing. Let me quickly find him, because I think you guys will appreciate a good player, a player that, you know, can help you in your career mode. So I've just got to find him. There he is. Look, there he is. Lucio Emmanuel Cardosa. Lek. Now, he's 6 foot, all right, which is great. He's 6 foot tall. That means he's tall enough. If he was under 6 foot, I wouldn't have even bothered with him. But he's 6 foot, so I'm happy with his 6 foot. The one thing that he has got, which we all know you need in the lower leagues, he's got that acceleration. He's got a little bit of sprint speed, nothing special. But once he starts to get going, he can fly. He's got good sprint speed, which is fantastic. He's strong. He's a strong centre-back. He's a good centre-back. Overall, to be honest with you, he's a balanced centre-back. And you're not going to get much more from a free transfer. I mean, he's 26, so, you know, realistically, 27, 28, 29 are going to be his best years. And I've enjoyed using him, and I would really, really recommend him, to be honest. Pick him up on a free transfer. You will not be disappointed in any way, shape or form. I did have a little look at this lad. I think he's Romanian. I think it's a Romanian flag. He looks okay. He looks solid. He looks a lot stronger. That would have been nice to form a centre-back partnership with a pair of them. But unfortunately, when it comes to wages, you're going to have to pay out a few squid. I think Lecky, I think I had to pay out something like 2,000-3,000. Or was he the 4,000? I picked up a little, a really tiny centre mid who doesn't seem to be in this game save. He was absolutely phenomenal for me, and I think I paid him £3 a week. I think I had to play Lecky 4G. When you bear in mind you've got to renew contracts, you've got to sell. It's really hard to get more than 2 players in on a free transfer, to be honest. And thankfully, we didn't have to fork out any dosh, which was quite helpful. But I would love to have paired these two together because I think they would have made a nice centre back pairing. And of course, we've got Alex Winter who can play at right back, who I love at right back. I think he's good at centre back, but I love him at right back. And of course, you've got Frankie Kent, who I can put in with either of them. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, completely different tangent. I'll just see if I can find that young lad I was talking about. I'm pretty confident he's not in this game save. If I do him at 16 and... Hold on, let me think. 23. And he was a centre... I'm sure he was centre mid. So I'll stick it on centre mids. See if we can find... We can find him. He's another player. There he is! He is there! Chum, where did you go? My little AJ. I call him AJ. I love him. I love him to bits, or AC, but then I always start thinking of big AC, but he's 5'3". He is absolutely brilliant. Honestly, he is worth every penny. I think I paid £3 a week for him. He is phenomenal. He's got perfect work rates. He's a little gem. And if we do the fresh career mode, he's definitely a player I want to bring back in, along with Lecky. And yeah, go from there. Anyway, that's me rambling. You probably used the 2 guys I've shown you before. I've used them loads of times. I will admit, this little lad is sensational. Any lower league career modes I do, any career modes at like a second division or championship style, I always get those 2 lads in. As I say, Cardosa, season 1 is definitely not a championship player, but if you stick with him and you start in League 1 and go up, then he definitely is a championship player by season 2. If you start in a championship, then just give him a little bit of time, play him, you know, get him at least 15 games under his belt. Even if you bring him on a substitute in the last 15, 20 minutes of a game, you'll see him develop. He develops quite slowly, but he does develop, and he becomes a bit of a tank in my personal opinion. Though in the original career mode, why the fuck did you see hands on the screen there? I do not. What the fuck? Oh, my Connect. Okay, I'll take. Why that's picking up my hand signals? I do not know. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going to finish off my coffee. I'm going to look forward to seeing what you guys pick. Either like the video, and we will continue with what looks like an absolutely biblical squad of players. I mean, I'm so chuffed with what I've done with those, and I've put a lot of sweat and blood and tears into that career mode. That has been hard. That second season, I tell you, so many times I was close to just saying, do you know what, stuff this. It is absolutely shit. I can't cope with this. I hate Legendary, but I stuck with it. Season 3 was a phenomenal journey, and hopefully Season 4 will be an interesting one. I think it's going to be... The problem is Season 4 is going to be an absolute battle. I expect to just about stay up, to be honest. My ability alone will hopefully just about keep us up. I don't think we'll be anything more than that, especially on Legendary. I expect some disgusting scores against me. I'm not looking forward to getting beaten 3 or 4, 5, 6-0 by the big teams, but it is what it is. I'll just park the bus, I'll get Jose on the blower, and we can sort that out. Or we can start afresh and create our own career mode. The only difference is, I don't think we'll get further than probably 1 season, maybe 2 seasons maximum, which I don't think I'm going to win back-to-back titles, or I don't think I'm going to get back-to-back promotions, if I'm honest. I think, you know, it was so close in Season 1 with Coolidge to not getting promotion, but I managed it. I just about managed it. I had a really bad last sort of 6 games where I got a little bit complacent. I started to piss about, and I nearly let it slip, but I held on in the end. And then in the semi-final, after the first game, which finished 0-0, it was tough against Swindon. It was a 0-0. I'd had all the play, all the pressure. I didn't capitalise on my chances. The second leg, it came down to one defining moment in the 90th minute. Thank you, EA Scripting. We got into the final against Sheffield United, and I tell you, it was a battle royale. But we came out in the end, which was absolutely fantastic. And it was bloody close. And obviously winning the JP was fantastic. And to me, that was a bit of success. You know, I got to don me Wembley suit, virtually. I'd love to do that in real life. Don my Coolidge Wembley suit. I have an idea for a Wembley suit if Colchester United get to the playoff finals, or even get to the JP point final. If Coolidge end up going to Wembley, I have a suit in my noodle that I will be getting and wearing to the final of whatever it is. But anyway, I've gone on to another tangent. Excuse me. I've gone on to a completely other tangent. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, firstly. Secondly, like for continuation, dislike for a fresh start. It's entirely in your hands. It's entirely up to you. It was so close, I didn't know what to do. So there you go. Anyway, you make the choice, and I will catch you later.
Hate it or love it, I'm on the way to the summit, and all the haters are waiting to see the day that I plummet. They better stay in their place because the paper is coming, and when I make it, their bankers getting the payment of nothing. Now I'm destined to make it big. I think by now I've made that evident, but I'm grinding till they know Calvin Coolidge is the rapper and not the president.